Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome one and all to this LinkedIn live event of April. Today we are going to be talking about certifications, business analysis certifications. Let's start by sharing my screen. Where is my screen? Let's have a look there. Put me picture in picture. Wonderful, great. Okay, so this is going live on LinkedIn. It's via StreamYard. There is a bit of a delay. It's about 36 seconds. I've just checked. So I'm going to ask everybody to say if you can hear or see me, but that's a bit boring. So nobody has to do that because I'm pretty sure I am live. Let's get straight into it. I've got a different question to ask. If somebody could comment on that in a while, but basically 45 minutes long, everything about business analysis certifications, questions and answers afterwards. All you need to do is type in the comment section your question. I will display it on screen and I'll work through all the questions. So let's get started. Okay, this is the question I want you to answer. What are the only two things that a business analyst requires to secure a high-paying business analyst position? So if somebody could type in the box, just type one, just type two. What are the only two things? You don't have to type them both. Have a guess, type it in, and then I'll know that everybody can see me, everybody can hear me. Hello there. And then I know that all the technical issues are, everything working fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for somebody to comment on the screen. So I want somebody to type at least one word or two words or three words and let me know what are the only two things that a business analyst needs to secure a high-paying position. Okay. So maybe somebody can comment, I can hear you or I can see you, because it might take a bit of time for somebody to come through with one of the answers. Here we go. Hello. Thank you, Itua. Thank you for a comment. Okay, good. So somebody can, nice to see you, Itua. So somebody can go and comment now. Itua, perhaps you know, as one of our bronze students, one of our bronze masterminds, what are the only two things every business analyst should know? All right. Or what are the things you need to have? Okay. Mentorship and certification. Okay, here we go. Some people are starting to mentorship and certification. Wonderful. Hi, Moses from Nigeria. Glad you can join us. Let us work through Itua's one. Okay, there are two things. And number one is certification. Well done. So we got number one. So basically, what do you learn when you do certification? You learn theoretical knowledge. Okay. So those are the two things. So theoretical knowledge, you need to know what you're doing to be able to prove that you can do the job as a business analyst. So either you've learned so what does it mean about being a business analyst? You need to learn the tools, the techniques, the methods, the templates, the strategies. You need to have a toolbox, all these type of things. There's hard skills, there's soft skills, collaboration skills, communication skills, all these type of things. So we want to know the two things basically. Number one is certification. So I call it theoretical knowledge. That's where you learn to do what a business analyst does. You learn it in class. So or either out of books or online or some method of learning. Okay. So you're going to learn in theory what a business analyst does and why we do it and how we do it and all these type of things. So if you want to apply for a job and then the recruiter has a look at your job application, your CV and your LinkedIn profile, and needs to decide, whether to shortlist you for a job interview or not, they are going to want to know, where did you learn to do what a business analyst does? Okay. And either you learned it through a course, and not one of these courses like LinkedIn Learning or Allison or Udemy, one that you get a certificate of completion. So basically, instead of getting a certificate of completion, you want to actually study, pass the exam, write the exam, pass the exam, and then attain a certificate of competence. So competence versus completion. And ideally, you'd want to do it through an internationally recognized, authorized training provider. Okay, so you want to do a course or a curriculum that's internationally recognized, and that's what we're going to do today. So basically, I'm waiting for somebody to guess the other one. Maybe you want to guess what number 2 is as well. But if we look at if the recruiter or the hiring manager or the agency or the HR department or the interviewers, who's ever looking at your application for an interview for the job, they're going to want to know, where did you learn to do what a business analyst does? So either you learned it, in class and studied and passed an exam and obtained the certificate of competence, or there's only one other way that you could have learned it, and that's called hand-me-down knowledge. So that's on-the-job learning, where you're learning from somebody else. So you're at work. So the steps are an internship BA, but if you skip the internship and you go straight to a junior BA based on your transferable skills and maybe your industry skills and things like that, and you manage to secure a role as a junior business analyst, then you'll go to business analyst, senior business analyst, lead business analyst, principal, as you climb the corporate ladder. So when you're a junior business analyst, we know that you don't know anything. And that's what you're learning. But once you hit the business analysis stage, where you're a business analyst or a senior business analyst in your job, you need to know what you're doing. And it's the same for an electrician or a plumber or an Uber driver. You need to learn. So for instance, a plumber will learn in class, how to change a washer in a kitchen tap. So find the mains, turn it off, and then go to the tap and open it up, take out the little rubber washer, go to the store, buy another washer, come back, pop it in, close the tap according to your learning, open up the mains and test everything works fine. You need to have studied, you need to know what you're doing. Now, if you haven't attained it through certification, then only way you could have got it is hand-me-down knowledge. And then we're always going to wonder, the person that you learned from, how did they learn business analysis? Perhaps they also learned from hand-me-down knowledge, or perhaps they learned in a certification course that's maybe 15 years old and the curriculum's old and it's before Agile, really took over in the workplace and starting to overtake waterfall methodologies. So we want to know, where did you learn to do it? Let's have a look here. I suggested mentorship. Okay. Stop promoting me as a mentor. No, I appreciate that, but no. Okay. The other thing that you need, so if it's theoretical knowledge is the first one that you need, then basically the other one that you need is theoretical knowledge and practical experience. Okay. Let's go back to that story of a plumber. So now that plumber's learned in class, in books, and written an exam, how to actually change a washer in the tap. How to change the washer in the tap. Now he can't go out and just start changing washers on valued clients' taps, because if he does something wrong, it could flood. The whole house could flood. If he forgets to turn off the mains and he opens the tap and the water shoots out and he can't close it and there's water everywhere, and they've got laminated flooring and the flooring twists and bends and things like that, it's an absolute nightmare. Okay. So what has to happen now? You need to attain as well. You need to go and attain practical experience. How does this work in the plumbing world? So basically, he's an apprentice, much like a junior BA or an intern BA. He needs to look up to another person to learn on the job, to gain on the job practical experience. So what's going to happen is he's going to watch a senior plumber, somebody with lots of experience, do it. And then he's going to watch without doing anything. And then go to another house and do it again and watch again. And then the third house, he'll be actually doing it. And then the senior plumber will be watching and saying, do that, do that, do that, do that, and do that. And then the next house, he'll do it again, but the senior plumber will keep quiet and won't say anything, but will just be there in case he does something wrong to point it out. And then the third and the fourth and the fifth time, the senior plumber's there, and that's it. That plumber can go now and go and change a tap without the senior plumber even being there. And it's the same with a business analyst, okay? You need to have practical experience in business analysis. You need to know what you're doing. So if you've just got the theoretical knowledge, let's say you've got 1 or 2 exams that you've passed, you're not going to secure a business analyst job because you still don't know how to do it. What you've learned in theory, you need to, implement at work to gain practical experience. So, all right, good. Moving on swiftly. Let's go and have a look at the next slide. And it's not death by PowerPoint this time. This is, it's mostly going to be me talking. So firstly, who am I? For those of you that don't know who I am, this is a little bit about me. So let me read this to you. So I focus on consistently improving the success rate of securing high-paying jobs for the people I serve, which is you, business analysts, right? And we've got a whole bunch of mentoring programs. We've got copper, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and impact. We've got different programs, okay? But that's what I do. So I've got a success rate of the people, because every one of our programs has got a goal, and I'm very goal-oriented, and I make these promises to you before you invest in the program to say, when you invest in bronze, you will get bam, 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 bam. When you invest in gold, you will get bam, 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 right? But the most important thing is to actually, there's some really big goals. So for instance, the goal, there's many goals for the gold mentoring program, but the most important one is that I secure you another role that pays much more than what you're earning now. So that's the goal, right? And there's other goals, and we'll get into them just now. But the main goal is for you to switch from the company that you're working now and secure a job in another company. And I've got a success rate for that. So my success rate is 96%. So out of the gold masterminds that we've taken on, which is 105 to date. So out of the 105, I'm still busy with 5. So basically out of those 100, 96 people I've secured high-paying business analyst roles, and some other goals as well. The other 4 people, we didn't have such stringent entrance requirements in the beginning when I started, and so I struggled. I took people on that I, wasn't confident enough. But these days, I only take people that I'm confident that I will be able to, have you achieve the goals as set out in the mentoring program. Hello, 𝐵𝐢𝑢𝑠𝑠. Thank you for joining us all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Nice to have you here as well. Great. Okay. So that's who I am. So I work towards a success rate. Okay. And I want 100% success rate. 96, not good enough. We need to go for the 100%. I only work for business analysts, and we've got a whole bunch of programs. Right. Let me see if the next slide can fit on the screen. I'm going to just jump out of the picture over here and put myself down by the side. Okay. And what we do, or what I do, is I've got some back office staff that help me, but you're dealing with me and only me. Okay. So I assess where you are now in your life and your career. And as a business analyst, I'm hoping there's business analysts on this call, but we call it an as is and a to be, the current state and the future state. So I look where you are now, and together we determine where you want to be in your medium-term goal, your 1-year goal, because long-term goal, 3 years, medium-term goal, 1 year, short-term goal, the start date of your new role. If that's 2 months away, 3 months away, 4 months away, that's your short-term goal. So we focus on your 1-year goal, which is a year from today, and that's then your to be. And then I do a gap analysis, and I see where you're lacking. Yeah, lacking in confidence, maybe procrastinate a little bit too much. Maybe you've got imposter syndrome. Maybe you don't know enough theoretical knowledge. Maybe you don't have enough practical experience. All these type of things. Maybe you want to pivot from perm to consulting, or perm to contracting, or contracting into consulting. Whatever it is, we determine your 1-year goal. What is your dream job? What is your job title? Which industry do you want to work in? Your niche, your sector, all these type of things we figure out. And then we do a gap analysis, and then I give you individual action steps to get you to achieve your goal quickly, because nobody wants to do it slowly. Who wants to do it slowly? No. Okay. We all want to get there quickly. So basically, let's take a story of the dentist, right? Okay. So you walk into the dentist office, and there's 10 people sitting down, and they know you because you're a regular. So you go to the lady at reception and you say, "Oh, I've got this horrible toothache. I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. It's terrible. And this afternoon, I've got a very important meeting. I need to have my tooth extracted. Can you help me? Yes, we can. Okay, when can you help me? Well, our next appointment date available is in 7 days' time from now. Okay, so how much will it cost? It'll cost 150. All right. Oh, but can't you help me now? Yes, we can squeeze you in front of the queue. You can go before everybody else. Okay, so yes, please, let's do that. How long will it take? It'll take 7 minutes. That's how long it'll take. We'll give you an anesthetic. It'll take cold, and then we'll rip your tooth out, and off you go. Let's say 15 minutes. All right. How long will it take? 15 minutes compared to 1 week. How much will it cost me? 1,500. Oh my gosh. That's why so much. It's like so much more. Well, you have the choice. What are you going to do? You want a quick fix. You're going to pay that 1,500 to rip that tooth out, to jump the queue, right? Because you're in pain. You're as is where you are now. You do not want to be there. You want to be out of pain. You want to have a nice life. You want to go to that meeting and be fine. You want to sleep tonight and tomorrow night. So you are going to pay lots of money and take the punishment and get there as quick as possible. So mostly when people, want to change jobs and they say, well, I've had enough of this job. I want to move on to another job. You don't want to hang around for 5 months. You've got this top of mind. You want to go and you want to secure that next role. Okay. And how we do it, I do this in a career strategy call, and it takes half an hour and it's free of charge. Send me your CV, connect with me on LinkedIn. We have the call. I work out your as is by asking you a few questions. You don't have to answer all of them. We discuss the possible to-be. We document your to-be. I give you the action steps, absolutely free of charge, no cost whatsoever. That's what I'm passionate about doing. I think I've had about 2,600 Zoom calls by now. I lost count. I should have calculated. So I've had a lot of calls in the last just over 6 years. Very good at doing that. So who am I? Just to go through a couple of other credentials of mine. I'm 60 years young, okay? And I started IT when I was 18. It was quite difficult to break into, but, I've done a few other things. So that's a little bit about me. Right, great. Let's continue. Let's rattle on. Next one. Here we go. So what we've done is we've secured strategic alliance partners. Now, these, I don't do everything myself, but I bundle everything together and give you the finished product. So you don't have to shop around. You get good prices. You get, lots of discount and things like that. So we've got certain strategic alliance partners. We've got quite a few of them. So we've got them for authorized training providers to do your certification course, because I'm not passionate about teaching business analysis anymore. So I don't teach any business analysis. In our goal mentoring program, which is 12 weeks long, in week 10, week 11, and half of the session in week 12, then I mentor business analysis where you're stuck, and I help you with breakthrough and things like that. But during our bronze, our silver, the rest of gold, I don't mentor business analysis. In impact, I do. In platinum, I don't neither. Okay, so we hook you up with this career strategic alliance partner. So if I see in the gap analysis that you are lacking theoretical knowledge, I'll hook you up with one of our training providers. See, somebody else has joined as well. Thanks. If you're on the call, just say hi from United Kingdom. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Let's go and have a look at the 2 strategic alliance partners we're going to talk about, we're going to focus on today. So they're, in my opinion, and the entire course that I wrote myself is about my opinion. But in my opinion, there's only really 2 internationally recognized certification courses that you as a business analyst can take. One is the BCS International Diploma in Business Analysis, and the other one is the IIBA, the CBAP, okay, Certified Business Analysis. Okay, so those are the 2 main courses because they're internationally recognized. They're always updated. About every 2 years, they get updated on the course. What I know, the BCS, not 100% sure of the IIBA, how often they update it. So you're learning the latest, greatest tools, techniques, everything like that. Hello, Pumzile. How are you doing? There's another one just joined us. Okay, so these are the training providers, and we've forged strategic alliance partners with them. On the BCS side, we've got 3 strategic alliance partners, but I'm going to talk about the Knowledge Academy today. And for the IIBA, I'm going to talk about Adaptive US today. Okay, the one's in the United Kingdom and the other one is in the United States. So basically, the BCS, the British Computer Society, that's Britain, that's United Kingdom, and the other one is IIBA. They're headquartered in Canada, and they focus on the Canadian market, the American market, and the other worldwide market. Okay, here we got somebody from Oz. Nice. Hello, LinkedIn user from Australia. Let's shift over, and we're going to go now to the next slide. And right at the end, we are going to offer massive discount on the BCS training course. All right. Hi, Vivian, as well. I see you. Nice of these people to join. Great. Wonderful. Type where you're from. Let me know where you're from. All right. Let's start with the BCS, British Computer Society, UK based, as I said. So we focus on UK, USA, and Canada at the moment. We are reaching out to other countries in the world, English speaking, and then we're going to reach out to other speaking countries as well when we translate our bronze, silver, gold, and impact mentoring programs. Okay, another one from the UK. Adaronke, hello, nice to see you as well. Okay, BCS founded in 1957. Don't play. That's a long time ago. Okay, practical application and structured learning. And then we have their certification. So they have the International Diploma in Business Analysis. So when you finish that and you've attained that, then you first implement what you learn in theory on the job to gain practical experience, because otherwise you're just going to forget it. Statistics say that 16% of what you learn you're going to forget within a year. But if you implement what you learn in theory into practice, you will retain at least 63% of that knowledge. So that's what we want you to do. We want you to learn the theory and apply it at work so you get practical experience, then populate your CV and LinkedIn profile and job site portals with the new keywords so that you can get consistently headhunted for roles. All right, good. They've got other certifications as well in Agile, business analysis, data, architecture, and things like that. All right. It's quite unfortunate that serves. Okay, we've got a question already, so I'm just going to hang on, Bankole. We'll answer questions, but thank you. Please let the questions come in now already. As you think of the question, type it in. I'm going to go through them all. If you have to drop off the call or if you're joining late, you can always watch the recording. And I'm going to stop saying rewind and watch from the beginning, because that's a bit old school. I'm showing my age here. We used to have videos. We used to put them in the VCR player and play it through these big televisions, and you need to rewind the video to watch it again. But these days you don't rewind, you just click wherever you want to watch. So if you have to drop off, that's fine. Come back, watch the recording, watch the entire one, because you want to get this massive discount, please. And if you're watching now, you can watch it from the beginning. You know, it's and if you've got any comments or any questions, put them in now. Even if you're watching the recording, my back office staff will go through and answer all the questions as they come in. So your question will not go unanswered. There's no such thing as a stupid question. You're thinking of a question, other people might think it and say, phew, I'm glad he asked that question or she asked that question. Okay, so no question is a silly question. This is my favorite, the International Diploma in Business Analysis. So I attained, so it's 4 modules and an oral exam, okay? Four courses and an oral. I did mine 2015, November and December, 2 of them. And then January 2016, I did my other 2. What a game changer, people. What an absolute game changer to go and do this, right? So it's recognized all over the world, basically. And it's structured in a modular, so you have 2 core modules, knowledge-based and a practitioner-based, and then the oral exam. That's how it works. So the core modules, there's only 2. You don't have a choice. The knowledge-based, there's a choice of 4, and a practitioner, there's a choice of 5. I'm going to share it on the screen just now so you can also have a good look at exactly, what's included in all these different ones. Okay. So let's just have a look. Let me throw myself out of this picture. I'm getting in the way here. Okay, Vivian, that's good. Let's get the questions coming in. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let me just get the last slide up here as well. Okay, that's the last slide. It reminds me because there's a full stop at the end there. It's very flexible. There's different ways that you can take the course. and I'm gonna show you. Let me show you now. Let me actually show you now how to how you can actually go about attaining this certification. Okay, so it's present. How do I present again? I just go like that, don't I? Yes, there we go. Look at that. Okay, I think you're all tired of seeing me now, so I'm gonna totally hop out and just go like that. And will I be able to do that? Yes, great. Full screen. Here we go. Nice and zoomed in. How do I get the diploma? Okay, you need to pass 4 modules and sit the oral exam. That's it. Okay, what modules do I need? So the core modules, you need to pass both of these. Sorry, if I'm looking that way, I've got 2 screens. I'm just having a little peek over there on the screen. It's bigger than the one I'm working with now. So 2 of these, you need practice and requirements engineering. And then the knowledge base, you need to pass 1 of these 4. And then practitioner module, pass 1 of these 5. So what I suggest you do this one first, study, attend the course, study, pass the exam, implement what you learn. A month later, do this one. Attend the course, study, pass the exam, and then attain the certificate, and then implement what you learned for a month. Then choose 1 of these 9 in alignment with your 1-year goals regarding your job title, your niche, okay? And then you choose 1 of these. If you choose 1 of these 4, then your last one is 1 of these 5. If you choose 1 of these 5 as your 3rd one, your last choice is 1 of these 4. So it's basically like a process of elimination, okay? And then how do you get your certification? You need to do it through an authorized training provider, okay? You can't go and study this on Udemy or on LinkedIn or on Allison or whatever, okay? You need to do it through an authorized training provider. Now, let's go and have a look at one of these. Let's look at requirements engineering. There are no prerequisites. What does that mean? It means you can be 12 years old and you can go and do this and get your certificate. Nothing, no entry requirements. You can download the syllabus, you can download a specimen paper, and you can find out how much it costs, right? So the course itself and then the exam. So the exam is £195. VAT and remote is 35. So we're looking at just over 200 and whatever just for the exam. I still don't know where the back button is. I have to go here and then kiss the back button over there to get in here. Okay, and the next one as well. So let's go to the Knowledge Academy. So now this is the company that we've got a strategic alliance partnership with for many years. This is who I used to do my certification. I did mine in person in London, stayed in a bed and breakfast. It was quite expensive, and I passed all 4 exams first time. All right, so now you can go and have a look, and there's many different ways that you can do it, right? You can do it on online instructor-led. In other words, it's on Zoom, okay? And you're on Zoom, the lecture is on Zoom, the class is between 2 and 11 people. We've sent 35 people successfully. We've probably sent about 100 people, yeah, but 35 eventually end up buying. So we've successfully sent 35 of BA Masterminds students, people that I serve, you know, to come to the Knowledge Academy, and that's why we can offer so much discount. Okay. Online instructor-led, so you're at home, in the comfort of your own home. The instructor's online, on Zoom with a whiteboard and everything, very advanced, really good lighting and everything like that, proper internet, no breakups. They've been doing this for so long. You can do online self-paced. So it's a portal. You click on the portal and you log into the portal, and you can do it after hours or on weekends, okay? And then you can go into the class like I did, or they come to your house or your company and teach you. So online instructor-led, same discounted price as online self-paced, okay? So there's no difference. Don't think this one's cheaper and go for this one. No, they're both the same price. So what I want to show is that the Knowledge Academy has got 47,000 reviews, and we can see that they've got a 4.5 star rating. Let's go and have a look at that, all right? So now we're going to see that the Knowledge Academy on Trustpilot has got 4.5. Now I'll tell you, these little 1 stars and 2 stars and 3 stars, these people, mostly it's pedantic little things, blah, 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 after payment, you know. And let me explain to you as well something as well. So most of these people that give it a low rating is because and I'm going to be brave and say this, the salespeople at the Knowledge Academy, there's a lot of them, and they're really pushy. They want you to do this and do this and do this, and once you've bought, they don't really help. Okay, so now the most important part is the lecturers are really, really good. The people that deliver the course material live on Zoom, fantastic. I've heard fantastic reports. I'm sure you know what a customer journey is and a user experience. I really focus on that with our gold and our bronze mentoring programs, that it's slick and it's perfect and no mistakes, and communication are open and everything like that. And I don't pressure you, I don't send you emails, and we don't use automated email campaigns, and you'll never get an automated email from me spamming you in your inbox. But how other companies are when they get the size, they just want to make sales. So that journey, we take over that entire journey. So if you're interested, you let me know by saying certificate, you want a certificate. We go get you the quote through our account manager that has got the authority to give us 72% discount. Okay. And then we send you the quotation and you tell us you want to buy, and then we're the middleman. We advise you and everything like that. I charge a small commission for that, or a referral fee, because the Knowledge Academy doesn't pay us a single penny. It's fine. I don't want their money. You're going to get it for a certain price, so you pay us. It would be the same as you pay them, and then they pay us. You pay a small little overhead for us, but that's included in the 72% discount. It's not 72% off, and then you pay us a small referral fee, and we handle the entire customer journey for you. Got any questions? Reach out to me. I reach out to our contact person over there, and they get back to me in minutes. She is really good. We're on our third one because they keep getting promoted, but we upskill them and train them and know exactly what type of clients we send forward. So it's really, really good. All right. So that is the Knowledge Academy. And now, can somebody type how long they think it takes? Please, everybody, can you type, how long do you think it takes from having nothing to attaining the BCS International Diploma in Business Analysis? 4 modules, oral exam. What is the quickest that you can do it in? So not the longest, because you could take a year. So basically what happens is it's kind of like bulk discount. So the international diploma is 4 modules. So it's the Zoom calls or access to the self-paced membership portal, and then the examination and VAT on all of that. And then the oral preparation workshop. So it's more money. So you're buying a lot of things. So if you buy, we know the exam is about 240 for requirements engineering. The course is maybe 800 pounds or something like that. Everything's in pounds. So 800 plus 200 is 1,000, and you get, a whole bunch of these and things like that. So what we sell, the only thing we sell, well, mostly to these 35 people, is the bundle. It's a 1-year bundle. So you get everything. You don't just buy practice. You don't just buy requirements engineering. You buy the entire bundle, and it's valid for a year. Now, if you buy 12 months, thank you. There's already an answer. Anybody else? So basically, if you buy a kilogram of sugar compared to 5 packets of 200 grams sugar, then the kilo is much cheaper, right? Admittedly. So if you're buying in bulk. So basically, if you pay for the entire course, you don't pay 5 modules and 5 exams and VAT and all that, and it's a big price. You do, but then they give you bulk discount because you're buying everything at the same time. Okay. So we got some answers coming in here. How long do you think it takes? Surprise, surprise, 10 days. That's it, 10 days. The modules are 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, and 2 days. 10 days. You write your exam during that period if you want to. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to study and then pass the exam. I studied about 6 hours for each exam, and I passed first time. I do not have a degree. I've got a diploma, 4-year diploma after, but it's a bit old, so I'm not that educated. I'm not, used to writing exams. But somebody who comes out of school and finishes school and then goes and gets maybe a degree or a diploma or or your master's or your MBA or your PhD, you'll be able to study 5 hours after the lecture has been through it, and you'll be able to pass that. So only 10 days. Right. Now we want to guess, how much do you think it costs? Let's start typing in pounds. You don't have to do the pound symbol. If you do want to, it's Alt 0163 So hold the Alt button down, 0163 on your numeric keypad, let go the Alt, the pound symbol will appear, and then you can type in how many pounds do you think it costs. Who wants to take a guess how much this course costs? Let's hear it. Okay, I'm going to get it on my screen so we can go through it. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen again, which is this one, present, this screen over here. Great. Okay, here we go. The price is £5,295, excluding VAT. So that's £6,333. That's the bundle price, okay? And it starts on Monday and it goes until Friday. So that's 2 weeks, okay? That's week 1 and that's week 2. So in 2 weeks, if you do it flat out, you know, you can do the whole thing. 5,295 plus VAT, £6,333. So yeah, a little bit expensive. I'm sure you all think that's quite expensive. So you can go ahead and you can figure out how much is the discount. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the presentation, which is this screen over here. Right. I've just shared that on Google Chrome. Let's talk about the IIBA. What is your alternative? So, okay, so they founded in 2003. I doubt it. Okay, I must double check that figure. One of my back office staff, she created the slide. I should have checked, but I don't think they were founded in 2003. I think they're a little bit older. If somebody knows when they were founded, or if somebody wants to go to ChatGPT or Google search or anything and say, when was the IIBA founded, you can tell me in the chat box, and then we'll all know the correct date. I can't multitask that well while I'm doing presentations, and we're doing fine with the time. We've still got a few minutes to go through. Now, the difference between the IIBA and the BCS, they both have a membership. Okay, so the BCS, you can become a member for a year. The IIBA, you become a member for a year. The minimum requirements for the CBAP, which is the equivalent of the BCS International Diploma, 5 years experience as a business analyst. So you've got to be like 20 and then get a job, and then 5 years. So you've got to be like 25 years old compared to 12 years old for the other one. For the BCS, you have to be a valid member, and the certification expires after 3 years, which means you need to pay again and rewrite the exams, and it's quite a tough exam, the CBAP. So, you know, if you want, so I'm just being open and straightforward, and that's basically the minimum requirements. Now, you have to keep your membership active during the period of where you want to advertise that you have a CBAP, because if you're not a member, you don't have the CBAP. And you can't publish that you got the CBAP, so they want 3 years membership fees, and then you must rewrite and things like that. And it's mostly geared for the people in Canada, North America, you know, maybe Australia, but anybody in Europe, anybody around BCS, British Computer Society, anybody in the UK or Ireland or in Europe, you know, this is a really, you know, everybody knows about the BCS International Diploma in Business Analysis. Great. So they've got ECBA, CCBA, and the CBAP. 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years, I think, something like that. So let's go and have a little bit of a look what this one does. Okay, so this is more for senior level business analysts. You know, I'm just going to scroll through all these things over here so we can have a good look, because I do want to go and share it on the screen. Let's just go back a slide. Okay, what's that last word? Let's get me out of the picture here. Focuses on core competencies, and then let me go and switch over and let's go and have a look at the website itself, and we'll do that by clicking here, and then doing this button over here. Okay, let's do a full screen F11. So this is the certification path that somebody would follow if they want to do the IIBA CBAP. So you'll start with you know, doing your ECBA, and then you need 2 to 3 years of practical experience, and you need to prove that. And they do accept transferable skills. So your job title doesn't have to be business analyst, but you need to be working. So it's not a volunteer job. It's not an internship. It's a working role as a business analyst for 2 to 3 years. And then you can apply for your CCBA. And then your CBAP is over 5 years of practical experience. So basically, the BCS, you will go. Let me just say something. The BCS, If you want to do that, you first go and do the BCS diploma, and then you can go and get a job or do some volunteering and then get a job. Quicker way to do it. But the other way is, the IIBA route. So get a job, we'll do ECBA, and then get a job and then work and implement what you learned in theory to gain practical experience. After 2 years, then you're allowed to do your CCBA. So now you've done 2 years experience, you do your CCBA, you implement what you learned in theory in your role, practical experience. 2003. Thank you very much, Bankole. That's very nice of you. So my slide is right. I do apologize to my back office staff. Now I can mention her name, Edna. Sorry to blame you, Edna. But that's very recent. Wow, 57 compared to 2003. Okay. And so basically then you're learning your theory and then implementing it at work. So the CBAP is the longer route to go and get theoretical knowledge and practical experience. Now, here's the kicker. In my experience, if you've got, in my opinion, not experience, in my opinion, if you've got 5+ years experience as a business analyst, working as a business analyst, you don't need to go and study the theory anymore because you know what you're doing. Okay, why would a plumber with 5 years experience go and study how to change a washer in a kitchen tap for somebody? They know it already. They've done it before. So I'm just being open and honest and transparent and giving you my thoughts as well. So let's go and have a look at the other slide. What other slides have I got here? Okay, so let's talk about the Adaptive US. So that's Alan Mishra and Ananya. We had a strategic alliance partnership with them for many, many years already. We've announced it officially, on LinkedIn Live events. They've got a high success rates, lots of testimonials, over 1,000 testimonials, but they got 2,100 plus people that have been certified. 2,100. So that's a lot of certification. Just go and search them. Adaptive. They do all 3 of those: ECBA, CCBA, CBAP. Very good training provider. They offer a lot of different courses. They've got a lot of different skills. Let's go and have a look at the bottom here. It says Trustpilot. Let's go to Trustpilot and see what they say about Adaptive. Also really good. 4.3, 1 star, probably complaining about something ridiculous. You can easily lose stars on Trustpilot. 4 stars is really good. 4 and 5 stars, you can see together, those make up the bulk of the numbers. So really, really good training provider. If you want a quotation from them, let me know, and I'll go and give you their details, and we can hook you up then. All right, let's have a success stories. I love success stories. Okay, so our success story for today that we're going to talk about is George Tasker. Let's go. This is George Tasker. Let me put my picture in pictures so you can have a good look at his screen. But now you know his name. I can go back this way. So basically, George Tasker, he was a recruiter. He's got a degree, and he's was a recruiter for a couple of years. And he saw all these job advertisements coming past his desk, and they were for business analyst contractors working £500 a day. And he was like, I want me a piece of that action. What do I do? So he reached out to one of our strategic alliance partners, and he learned about the BCS International Diploma. He reached out, he did the whole thing, okay, and his oral passed it, and then he got a hold of me, and he said, Mark, please help me get a job, right? So we did his CV and a whole bunch of things like that, and basically he had no previous experience as a BA. He volunteered for 2 months. I said, go and volunteer, just get some experience so you can put it in your CV and you can put it in your LinkedIn profile that you've got some experience, and then just highlight your transferable experience, right? And then I mentored him. I mentored him in bronze and interview preparation techniques, BAM productivity, BAM impact, all right? And then he had an interview through the hidden job market with a client, a European bank, and all they talked about was football, right? Who's your favorite team and their score and things like that. And they said, okay, fine, you got the job, right? And then after his contract it was 8 months, his contract, and then it got extended. How is that, right? So that's how you can break into it. And how did he get the job? The BCS International Diploma. He knew the theory. He knew he was a smart kid because he was educated with a degree, really good. He was intelligent, and he was hungry. He wanted to, he wanted to get there. So that's That's what he went and did. Really good success story there. Right. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about our mentoring program. So we've got bronze, silver, gold, and impact mentoring programs. Let's go and have a look at the first one. So what is included in our bronze mentoring program? Okay, this is kind of like a self-paced mentoring program. No interaction with me. It's much like the Knowledge Academy, where they're self-paced, where there's a membership portal. You log in, there's a lesson, you do an assignment, then a lesson, and you do an assignment, right? That's basically how it works. And this is what we go through. Unique selling propositions. So when you're in an interview and they want to know why should we hire you, you can rattle off a good, hard skills, soft skills. Why should they hire you? So you stand out from the crowd. Very few people know what their unique selling proposition is. Rewritten CV. It's basically your goal setting. Your entire LinkedIn profile is refined and your entire CV is rewritten by us. We rewrite your CV. You don't touch it. It takes too long. 2 pages, ATS compliant. We do a CV review for free, detailed CV review. If you want one, email your CV, drop it in the comments, send it, rather than drop it in the comments because it's confidential, but reach out to me on LinkedIn, drop your CV and say, free CV review, please. Detailed CV review about ATS and everything, really, really good service that we offer. And then you can also do a free breakthrough session or a free career strategy session about the 𝐻𝐶s and the 𝐁𝐵. You can have a free goal discovery session for an hour. Go to BAMasterminds.com. You can see our URL at the bottom, top right, book a call, book your right call. Then I see if you meet the minimum requirements, and then I approve the call, and then I get on the call with you, and we just talk about you, and I give you a lot of value, as much value as possible in that time period. All right, what's included in gold? So gold, okay, so bronze is about 15 hours of your time. That's it. Gold is a bit longer. It's about 65 hours. There's 58 lessons and assignments that you need to do. It's with me live on Zoom once a week for an hour. I'm in for a CV review. Okay, wonderful. Just send it over in a LinkedIn or in a LinkedIn message to me, not in the group comments, please. We treat it highly confidential, or just blast it over to me. There's my email address, mark@bamasterminds.com. Anybody else keen on a CV review? Let's hear it. All right, so Gold is our flagship program. I spent 80% of my time working on this Gold mentoring program. We launched it in August 2021. Don't ask me what the price is because it's not an advertised price, but it's a lot of value. All our products and services, full, unconditional, 14-day money-back guarantee. Nobody's asked for their money back. We've got over 900 students registered on bronze, 105 now on gold, so I must be doing something right. But yes, we help you to pivot from perm to contract, and in the process double your salary. And then there's another way that we can get you £1,200 per day within a year if you meet the requirements. If you've got a degree, you've got 2 or 3 years working experience as a BA, and that's it. You've got the passion to invest in yourself. Then we can get you £1,200 in a year. Per day, £1,200 per day. That's it's quite a lot of money, and our students do earn that. Okay, so that's a little bit about gold. Let me see where I am now with my mouse. I need to make the screen active. Productivity tools as well. So how to pass your probation, how to hit the ground running, proactive, highly productive in your new contract role, and that's what BAM Impact is. BAM Impact comes after gold. So if you're new to contracting, then I handhold you through your first month, second month, third month. So bronze is £297. Then comes silver, which is £597. And gold includes all of bronze, all of silver. We pivot you from perm to contract, and we help you get lots and lots of money so that you can invest it in passive income streams. Okay. How can you get started right now? You say, right, great. I'm chomping at the bit. How can I get started? Just in the comments, you can type quote. Elaine's also after a CV review. That's really good. So that's a good start. Let's build up a relationship. If you don't know me yet, let me give you some free value, and we'll start with the CV review. See where you are. It's part of your gap analysis. It's part of me determining your as is so that I can determine your to be together with you. So you can reach out on LinkedIn or email me at mark@bamasterminds.com. And we have gone 4 minutes over. That's terrible. All right. So I'm eating into the questions and answers. So let's get started with the questions and answers. Anybody want me to answer any of their questions, please type it in the comments. I'm now going to go and have a look and see if anybody asked me a question. Pumzela as well. So thank you for, it was founded in 2003. That's unbelievable. Wow. Because they're so well known. I'm sure all of you know about the IIBA. Maybe not the CBAP, but it's very, very well known. I mean, I've been a speaker. You know, I attended a BA summit through the IIBA, where it was 3 days. I attended every day, and then I did a presentation during COVID. So it was a virtual presentation on the power of a mastermind. And then 2023, I was live at the BA Summit. I was actually a track chair. So the chapter president, every country's got a president. The chapter president got hold of me and said, Mark, we'd like you to be a track chair. They didn't give me any money. It was in November, and I just started in April, every Monday, hour and a bit on Teams, talking and this and deciding about the track and this and the whole summit and who is going to be a track chair and who we are going to invite the speakers. And we went through their PowerPoint presentations and emailed them and met them there. I had to travel all the way to Cape Town in South Africa and then go there and meet the speakers and stay there in hotels and things like that. Paid for everything myself, but what a fantastic event. IIBA's got that thing going for it. That's for sure. Right, let me have a look at the questions. So let's have a look here. Okay, thank you, Mark. It's quite unfortunate that your service is not available to business analysts in Nigeria. I will migrate soon so I can enjoy your mentorship. Okay. I had 2 gold students, 1 male, 1 female. I mentored them while they were in Nigeria. So that's something to consider, Bankole. It's not a no. I have mentored before, but they'd already made a conscious decision to immigrate to the United Kingdom. They're both still there. Funnily enough, they both went to Newcastle, which is right up north with the Geordies with a heavy accent. But they both immigrated, and they wanted to make sure that when they arrived in the United Kingdom, they had everything in place, all their ducks in a row, to be able to quickly secure a high-paying business analyst job, and they both did. So they did the course in Nigeria. Everything was done, and as soon as they hit the ground, and I helped them prepare, I made sure that it was a seamless journey for them and their family. So because I'm from Netherlands descent, my mother and father were born in the Netherlands. I speak Dutch. So I know the story about, you know, going to settle in England and finding accommodation and the transport and the underground and the Oyster cards and all these different types of things. So I helped them with it, and I helped them find accommodation and a phone number, and we changed their email address and all these type of things. So all is not lost. You can still sign up and join while you're in Nigeria. If you're planning to move to United Kingdom, Canada, or the United States, you know, you can still get on my course. That's not a problem. Right. Let's have a look at if there's any other questions. Okay, everybody's saying hello. So mentorship. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay. All right. So as I said, if you're watching the recording, please type your questions in the comments. We will get back to you today, especially. And otherwise, that's it. I'm going to end it right there because there are no more questions right now. So I value your time, and let me know how I can serve you. Thank you very much, and have a good day further. Goodbye.